on Erangel. We've had already Liquid do nice on Miramar. 3D Max took back the crown, but now there's 2 more games to go. Rich, who do you think's got this one? Who's going to claim it? We've seen some regular names now starting to sit towards the top. Are we going to see something similar here, or can we have a whole new winner?
I think at this point, it's like for 3D Max, they're having some fun. We kind of saw it in the previous rounds where a few teams get, we'll see what happens here and bring it back.
Bring it all back to you. Oh, we've got an over-the-shoulder shot. This is what makes me happy. Can't tell who it is. Yeah, is this 3D Max? It is 3D Max. Just stay there, stay there.
Cast it, Lauren.
Stay there. I can't. They're moving. It's very difficult. They're near Melter. They're heading down south. Going to be looking towards the early rotations. It looks like they're not in the circle. So wait, it's not going to be another Millie Island circle, is it? If they're going south from Millie base, or they're going south from Milter, are they actually doing this? Have we actually got another Millie circle? But I guess finally in Group B.
Did you enjoy the
I really like that. Hold on, I want to see if this is... it is a Millie circle.
It is a Millie circle.
Oh, hell, my glorious close. This is Gemty. All right. Let's go for it. They are clearly in the circle now, so this is only phase 1 kicking in. See, I like this. I like seeing the attachments. It makes me really happy. It makes me feel like I'm playing. I can pretend. This brings me joy, because I'm not that talented. This is a big split from Liquid. What on earth? They've got some very isolated players from each other. It looks like some of the quick math guys are already going off. You can see that in the kill feed. And at the moment, just trying to kind of control those southern compounds. Clearly, Liquid moved quick on this one. Rich, cast!
This takes me back to the days when we used to do things like this, when events didn't have like second OPs. You look, I'm actually hearing noise in the background, which suggests that something's really happened from the the coaches and so on and so forth. You can hear the excitement.
Do us a favor, right? Find us 3 teams, cameramen, and we will just go between those 3.
Hey! And we're back.
Oh, we are good. Round of applause.
So 4 players died. Let's get back onto this. 8 minutes 42, 4 players died. We've still got a fight going up in the north. We've got Quick Math, we've got Seacorg. Seacorg's gone, so we just got back on top of this one with the map stream. They were playing King of the Mountain over on Georgia Ball Hills. Then all 4 players are going to rotate. They're going to take the bridge. The western bridge is completely clear down at Prim. We've got NIP. That looks like they're going to get the boats. They'll come down from South George, probably taking a westerly swing on the boats and we'll hit the back. Liquid have done the same, and so have Face Clan. I can see them all the way down. We did say time and time again, we get these teams that hit the south side of Sosnovka Island. Novo, they've already got TSM pitched up there. They're ready, but the Tab is ready to receive Liquid on the beaches.
Now, because we had Observer Gemty for a while, we know that Team Liquid are quite split up. They had a lot of individual players kind of scattered throughout the island. If I wasn't mistaken, Gemty is very far down towards the south inside those isolated compounds. So really, it's a loss. You don't want it. But I'm curious as to why Liquid was so split up here. If they've chosen to do this to keep as much territory as possible, or simply they got forced into this situation. Because the Jokers seem in a similar one themselves. They're not kind of compressed as much as you'd expect. But all that aside, they will be looking for what they can get. It looks like Windstrike have found themselves a little bit of a water drop. Joker's catching one of the Liquid guys out in the open. Samty's got moves. Nade's going to come out, though, and there's one to follow if they require it. Samty could be in danger here. This is going to follow up, and it's going to bounce. It finds him. Great nade from Deez. That's going to do really well and cause Liquid so many issues. Jeans is looking to try and... That's a scary peak to have. I think Deez just realized that. Does not want to extend too far, as Stella are being engaged upon as well.
A couple of big fraggers will hit the floor. Rustamar also goes down. Flago finds him from 3D. Max Kaz out in the open will... I say out in the open. He's got a ledge to his left-hand side, getting his heels back up while signaling the rest of Stella off to try and do some of the Finns. They rock upon the boats and hit the beach lines. TSM, Gustav, speaking of hitting the deck, down he goes. Mexi finds him. Confirms at 1 point goes their way. Tab does confirm James in that little hut in the fight previously and instas him.
That's big. Yeah, I don't know what's happened here. We don't have much context. That's the thing. So hopefully in the interview we can maybe find out with some of these players what's gone on, because TSM are in severe danger. Michael and Rory just getting yanked out of the car, not going to get past for us, who are actually sitting in a very good spot now, up in 7th as it stood. I don't know if they've got previous points from potentially picking up early kills. I don't think they did. But again, for them, this is good. That's going to create a little bit more space at that very close middle table area. But as I said, let's kind of catch up on things here, Rich. Take us through what we're seeing at the moment.
So I think from, we'll ignore the preview and we'll just kind of talk off the map. There are a lot of teams. This is a very central slide circle. 1, 2, 3, G2, IG, NLT. They're all inside the actual military base itself. So Sosnovka, very condensed. We've got Stella up on the aerial. Tower looking down at both. 3D Max will be taking the eastern bridge. Zen are setting up a roadblock on the western bridge because they've still got players out in the blue. That's going to be Quick Math, Hence, they've yet to land on Sosnovka. They're still above Milta, so they are quite far back. And the reason they're probably staying back is, one, they loot far away, furthest than anybody, perpendicular to this circle. But more importantly, they might just bide their time and let everybody else get out of the way, free the bridge up, and not give them any problems when they arrive. All the way down on the southern side of Sosnovka, Windstrike, last ones to hit the beaches. FaZe Clan, they're up on the hillside just towards to the right. Wookie Bookie, last man standing for TSM. Good God, they're in a hell of a lot of trouble when they are what are we, around 12th place? Live standings on your left, so you can actually see them. FaZe Clan have dropped out of that top 8 zone and down to 10th. For us will be the next challenge.
FaZe, this is big. This is a big loss for them. Down in 10th, they needed a big game, Rich. This is what was said on the desk prior to all those issues happening. Let's refresh your memories. FaZe needed a good performance and a good placement to push themselves higher. Currently sitting in 10th is not good enough for them. They had to pull something out of this. And they're in a good spot for it too. You can imagine if they had all their players alive, if they didn't just get picked off like that, everything would be looking quite nice for them. Quick Math finally make it into the current zone, or at least with 2 of their players. And again, if you are just tuning in, we did have some issues at the start, so we're playing catch up like you guys at home. So we're just kind of keeping up with what has been happening thus far.
3D Max has been a cruel beast of its own. They are staring down the eastern bridge. ENCE is about to make its push across. And I think they could be in a hell of a lot of trouble. Speaking of trouble, that vehicle is smoking. One player from Quick Math hits the deck. They have to dive out because they know it's going up. It doesn't matter. Vehicle goes up in smoke. They lose 2 on transfer. They had some difficulties earlier on in the north. One's left standing on the bridge. Misa Enzo Lenzo does get across. But here comes ENCE. They try to get across. And the roadblock, the French barrier is there.
Ooh.
2 will fall in transition. Squeaky flying off the back. Mikaz confirmed. So they got across, Lauren, but it wasn't without refuge. Only 1 player remaining, and that's Trefeli.
Yeah, rough for ENCE coming in so late. We're seeing such a different way of playing out this military-based circle in comparison to Group A and Group B. So much more action on gatekeeping this one out. A lot of teams putting a lot of pressure on that. We saw the likes of Raise Your Edge, who are playing up in Yasnaya, for example, in Group A, able to get away with these later kind of plays in off the blue. Not the case in this group, it seems. A lot more punishment in that aspect. And Wookie.
Oh,
Wookie could not hide away. Stella, I think it's Moleman. Yes, it is Moleman laying down the fire towards him. Very uncomfortable for TSM as they are down to so few players.
That connect could be good for him. We're talking about survivability. I mean, it's going to be a ballsy move to go out into the open and get it. Nope, he's dead. Oh no, this puts so much pressure on TSM for the final game. There were 12 coming into this one with 48 points. How many kills they got, I don't know. Speaking of difficulty, ENCE bye-bye. They were 5th, so quite safe, but still, that middle pack from ENCE's position, 59 all the way down for 52. That's in 10th for FaZe. It's a very tough middle pack, to be honest with you. This final game is going to be a hell of a lot of pressure for some of these Pro League teams, because remember, this is supposed to be the more difficult of the groups.
Absolutely. You're spot on with that. Now, we are seeing the remainders of Quick Math make their way in. With the likes of ENCE going down, and potentially some of the other teams could be in danger who are within that kind of top 5 current position. If they go down, it does open it up. I think 3D Max are very much safe. Team Liquid are safe. NIP on the verge of being safe. But if you see a big performance from the likes of G2, Nam, Windstrike, they could really start shuffling around there and creating space. Stella are definitely looking for something here. Nam is fighting tooth and claw for this one as well. They're trying to solidify their place currently in 8th position. With a pick up towards NIP, that is very good for them.
I'm intrigued to see where this next circle goes. Because if it goes down towards south, I'm feeling one of those military runway endings where you've got the wall of the runway that runs just behind the broken down planes, the graveyard. It does kind of move away from that. So the hillside where FaZe are, that'll be theirs. They can take that unless Windstrike steps in and pushes them out of it, essentially. NIP need to make a maneuver on this one as well. The Jokers, they could sit back and trap themselves in the corner if they really wanted to, use the graveyard or the planes for cover. All of Nam need to come through this. They'll hit the runway almost in the center, but NLT and G2 are set up in the apartment blocks and the police station, so it'll be a hell of a gauntlet to get through over on the actual military itself. 3D Max can sit in the north, however, for how much time will be a different question. Jokers are overextending their arms reach here, all the way to the opposing side of the bunkers. If Diaz gets this one and pushes him out, this is a really good play from them, because they've almost got center of the circle.
It could be pretty
They can run
impressive.
the wall. They can get the cards and run the wall as a defensive side. That's not good, though. If one of them gets to him now and get him back up, use the smokes. Oh, saying that, I didn't realize Windstrike have actually pushed on the cliff face.
Yeah. Windstrike could be a huge threat now as well. They're going to be gatekeeping FaZe Clan too, or what remains of them, the two remaining players. You've got Uber there in 8C, and they're going to hear these shots. Windstrike haven't been particularly subtle or quiet, so that's going to be an interesting issue. NIP, what is this plan? Straight up the runway they go, taking off into the ground more than anything. What was that plan from them?
I think at this time in the game, when all these players are there, you just got to go for it, get in the vehicle and hold W, hope for the best. Unfortunately, it doesn't pan out. The runway will be the end of them. Car goes up in smoke, and last two players remaining. Might have been nicer to try and separate them and leave one crawling in the back lines as a bit of an insurance policy. However, they do both commit to it. Another commitment comes out of quick maths. Misa, one person standing, which must be Enzo Lenzo, who's taking the opposing side of 3D Max to try and get into it. You can just see him teetering in the edge here, but G2 are waiting in the apartment blocks, and this could be the end of quick math.
It could be, but it's only 2 of G2, so it's not all of them. Breaks to coat. That's a untick nade, so it's more to just ward him away, force him off the stairs, give him a second or two, than actually kill him at this point. Obviously, that'd be the ideal. Now, for us in the southeast, are starting to push in towards Windstrike, and FaZe could capitalize on this timing potentially. You are seeing Silencio trying to work their way around, but it's hard to keep tabs on players. They don't know how many are in this situation. Oh, this is huge. This is a lot of information. And they're going to have to take these shots soon enough. They can't just wait. They do need to find their way in, but they want to try and find that perfect second here. But has he been spotted? It looks like Jorski's starting to check towards that deeper side, but it's going to have to be right about now. They've managed to get Lazar in. Now they need to unleash fury on him. Actually does get down Jorski. That's big. Actually, it's Apocalypse doing that work, but it's all for the same cause. Now they can start moving forward. They need to take down Windstrike one by one. They can't even leave one standing.
There's going to be a split push here, Lauren. There's two different angles, so Windstrike will focus fire towards the players that are coming off the eastern front. Meanwhile, down south, Apocalypse and Shakesy will go down. All this has been going on. The Demon in the rough, Aitzi and Uber. FaZe are really slowly in the back lines, working their way towards this fight. Yeah, they're going to be creeping their way up, but they don't want to get engaged until you see some more knocks coming in. Potentially that nade is big. Tixu's in trouble. The damage comes in. Nuki's nade does find one of the players on the other side, though, so there's 3 standing for us. And if you take casualties here, you're going to bleed out because the blue is on your back, forcing you forward. FaZe now finally get into the battle. That's Uber coming into the matter. But look at this, Apocalypse right there in amongst of all of it. You've got a player to your left. Teme's pushed up. What an aggressive play from Windstrike. Completely caught off guard. Did not expect it. Windstrike wipe out the 3 players who are taking that battle. Lazar's still alive, but he's on the run, and now FaZe Clan pick up where they left off. It's time for them to strike. They're going to go forward towards Windstrike, ironically. They know they're damaged. They know they're going to be bleeding at the wayside. However, they will force this one back. They'll take a kill, so at least nab a point before they move off of this. Moment, it's a dangerous time to be pulling up to a vehicle and almost knocking yourself off that one, but nevertheless makes it work. Steals the level 3 out of the crate, and off he goes. 4 us, Lazar. Last man standing, opts to go back and try and work his way around the back of the bunker base, I want to say. This is the only place he really can go. There's a little shack there, but after that, there's not really too much because it's out in the open. FaZe Clan and Windstrike. This will be the battle for the hillside for these two teams, which is really upsetting as well. Once these have had this fight and it's over and done with, running down that hillside with IG sat on top of the main bunker, all the furthest south against the wall, basically kill these guys. Once they're done here, they're dead. Yeah, pretty much. Uber has got a vehicle, so at least there's a chance they could potentially use that one down the line if they want to just try and fly in there. 3D Max finally comes in from the north. They were playing quite far up in the north, and they've just kind of crashed into this. They did take down some of the players on the way, so they've had to fight for this territory. It's certainly not been for free. G2 can potentially see this. One of the remainders from Quick Math can potentially see this. And then you have Northern Lights sitting in the center. Final rotations come through. G2 have just got a little bit of a reposition. Zuktanam have moved towards the missile silos. IG have got a split one. Gone from the air traffic control room all the way across the runway to the opposing side of the bunker. And this is what I mentioned about FaZe Clan now. IG haven't been reactive to this. They didn't stand on top of the bunker. They kept their head in. So they won't be able to see FaZe Clan turning up here. I'd see pulling up the vehicle. This is amazing from FaZe. Like, all these players now should have been dead. Using the vehicle for cover to pull it up on the back of that bunker basically just wedges them in and allows them. Windstrike go down. We mentioned they were the only ones. Oh man, let's go. The opposing side. I'm very impressed. FaZe with 2 players to get into this circle alive is outstanding work.
Yeah, they had to do it. They had to get away from the other teams who were left there. Win strike. You were kind of in that awkward stalemate. They got in the vehicle and just went for it. You had to do it at that point. It was well timed on the blue. It kind of forces your hand. Sure, down the line, they probably won't make it much further, but they could jump position. Now, Northern Lights finally getting some attention here as well. We do see a couple of shots coming around. It does look as though Nam still being alive here with those Kar 98s, those M24s, are really going to start picking away at the Northern Lights team. Enemy Lord is on the receiving end of that one, so over-peaked a little bit, but Braxico is going walkabouts here. He's isolated from his team. They're on the other side. They're over by the kind of one building that's on the northern side of the road coming out of the military base. So he's getting quite close to this one. He could be a real pain for 3D Max here. And keep your eyes on Quick Maths and Silencio. He's doing somewhat similar, nade in hand. He's pushing up on this. Is he going to try and make an isolated play on his own? This is just one of those awkward battles going for the entire time. Nice nade. It doesn't get the damage he'd want, but he's being a real pain here.
IG and ATC are going to be just such a pivotal focus point for Zen. Literally just a tower surrounded by glass. They'll be able to look outside the window. The push comes through. FaZe, they need to react to this one, though, because all of a sudden, the circle doesn't go their favors. However, IG have repositioned outside of the bunker they were in, so they might be able to dip inside, but for the simple fact of how many teams are looking over here, it's going to be problematic. They need the smokes to be able to build a wall and crawl in.
They're moving. G2 are trying to move up on this. They know they need to get past 3D Max. Now, Braxico's gone in front of them. That's really good positioning. FaZe kind of just have to send it at some point. For now, they can readjust slightly. Nam going to the vehicles, got moving. It did not go well for them. They're running into one of the teams already set up here. Braxico did find Wago. That's a big loss for 3D Max. This trade comes out. FaZe have finally joined in. They are further away. They've got eyes across the field, picking up the kills that were started by the others. They are benefiting off the back of this. With Quick Maths confirming onto Wago, now they know there's other players nearby. So 3D Max are in danger here. G2 took the timing correctly in the north. They've moved further down. If you look at Sela, they control the east. Excellent positioning from them. And Northern Lights, because they had that hard cover, have yet to be fully challenged here. They were able to get that revive, and they're back sitting pretty. But Hendrick's position is good. The spray is better. Braxico goes down a little bit, losing judgment there maybe. But the kill didn't get stolen. He did claim it. Kane gets surprised around the corner, and Silencio strikes. And Quick Maths stay alive with this one-man band. And there goes 3D Max.
Bit of a feels bad man for G2. They got claimed and wiped up by two different teams. Udia, last man standing. Needs to find Enzo Lenzo. He has to be forced into this engagement as well because he's outside of the white. Enzo's just on the opposing side, excuse me, Udia. NLT will be able to read this like a book though. Keep two up front and two to the western side of the main police station building, or the warehouses, should I say. Stella's been a bit of an interesting one in this point because they are completely split on the eastern side of this. They've taken two bunkers and one broken hillside. IG, good position from them. Polar opposite ends of the map, of the circle, by the way, so no matter where this circle shift goes, IG is going to be in an absolutely rock-solid position.
Yeah, this is big from teams. If you look at the current standings, 10th to 13th, these teams need points. This is where they can jump up. You're looking at Stella to do so. FaZe kind of holding on as late as they can. G2 have gone down. That could have been big for them, but it does manage to slip away slightly. So that's a bit of a loss. That could have been good to see them kind of push themselves further. They are up in 6th, so they're relatively safe. But beyond that, I say relatively because we're yet to see what happens in this fight. With 5 teams left standing, your eyes go towards FaZe and Stella, who are the ones can push higher. Nam have done well to chip away towards 5 as well.
I love it how you touched on them all. Stellar, NLT, and Inside Gaming still within reaching distance in that 8 spot. FaZe Clan, the survivability has been fantastic. They've made it back into the top 8 for now. 1 game remaining. Remember, this isn't over just yet. There will be focus fire coming towards them because teams are setting up. The only way they survive this is if Stellar and IG go toe to toe. They are teetering on the edge of one another, just on that rock face on the opposing side of basically where FaZe need to get in. They do have 2 vehicles. I mean, it would be an absolute ballsy and brazen maneuver, but I think that's all that's left. They could essentially go to the crate, park both vehicles up side by side, and then use it to hunker down and just pray that the circle would go their way, or they could do something, because right now they basically have to run an open gauntlet. But you're right, with how many players are looking in there, I very doubt.
They got smokes though, Rich.
Well,
I want to see if they've got utility.
I mean,
they need to just put the smoke down and then just try and run it, right? That's a one bet. They've just got to try and find the weirdest, most wonderful route, and here we go. They've decided to try and stay away from Stella, but their sight's still on them. We do see one of the players going down from Nam. This opens it up slightly. FaZe on the run, on the move. Have they made it? We don't know yet. We've switched over to Inside Games. Oh, they've gone down. There they go. Swept aside by Northern Lights. I thought for a second they could have made that slightly. There was a couple of seconds it could have potentially happened. But indeed, it is over for them now as we look towards the last 3 teams, all sitting from 11, 12, and 13. A huge matchup for these players now.
Good effort from FaZe. I mean, he hung out the side of the window, to be fair, and he actually hit one of the players in the head, so he forced it back. But it was a simple fact that IG have split their utility and resources. They have players on polar opposite ends of this circle, so they're covering so much ground, and that essentially put them in the ground, because if Senix wasn't there in that aerial traffic control tower, then it would have been laughing. Still talking about that fight that could kick off at any second. Stellar versus IG, battle for the Rockside bunkers. NLT will be forced out of warehouses very soon. That's huge, and also a bit of a misplay, in my opinion, from Senix. Why bother going outside of a defensive hole that you're in?
Yeah, playing mistakes there, potentially looking to try and help out his teammates here, because they could be looking at options, because they've got the entirety of Stellar on top. Now, Northern Lights hold a lot of cards here. They have great ground to run up from. They have a nice little bit of positioning to work from. They still have hard cover, as do, I guess, Stellar and IG to a smaller, lesser amount. It is going to keep forcing them closer and closer and closer. But for now, this is a stalemate. Until they have to move, it's a stalemate. You might see a knock, you might see a pick from maybe a Kar 98 or an M24, but I don't see that many up for these guys. I see SKSs, I see minis. So I don't know how many of these picks we're going to actually have coming through until they're forced out of these positions.
If Stellar or NLT win this, they instantly jump into the top 8.
The one thing I really want to see, if we could observe, is the utility either of these teams have left, because that could be a big difference maker here. If you have smokes to allow yourself towards the middle, that could maybe open up not this circle, it's the one after that worries me.
If Stellar can make it, put a player towards that wall just in the north, and you have those two like oil drums, that'd be a good angle to be holding it. Wait, how did Stellar get that kill when they were knocked by NLT? Did they steal that? Did he come around the corner and get stolen?
Maybe.
Oh, that's dangerous. One of the players looks like he's getting a vehicle and may actually go towards those oil drums, what I suggested.
Any cover he can find.
Different line of sight, more importantly.
That's literally it. It's that looking for another couple of options. Car's gone, that's fine. That wasn't the point here. I'm just hoping he's got him close enough. That's huge from Moleman. That's giving him an angle to move up if he needs to. He might have to try and run now. I don't know if he's got other eyes towards him. I think they do. I think the car kind of fell a little short, obviously.
I think there's enough of a gap though, right? To be able to make it if that's where he wants to go anywhere.
No smokes on Moleman. That's what I wanted to see here. The utility on either side. He's going to have to fight his way through it. That's good tags again. He's getting really good tags on this, but he's going to have to create enough room. He's denied that line of sight. He's going for it. This is brave from Moleman. He knows that he's got a second or two to move up, hit the deck. He's made it forward. Really good stuff from him. This is going to come down to just a fair old fight. I want to see it from Northern Lights' perspective, what they have to run to, because I don't think there's much. This is open field sort of terrain now.
The issue is IG. They've yet to make their play. It's who they go after first. They look across. You'd assume they'd look across at NLT because they're going to be coming out of the buildings and into their line of sight. So if they hold this...
Did you just vert-nade?
I'm wondering if that's what they're doing up and over.
He just vert-naded. Look at jump away.
60 actually got knocked because of the zone. He was forced back on this one.
It's so much damage. The vert-nades have worked. Look, he goes up again. This is huge.
My God.
Oh, run, boys, run. You can't get away. The vert-nades come out, and it's actually delivered. IG out of nowhere, finding everything they needed. That is excellence from them, but now the explosion begins. This could be the steals coming in. Jump away does go to Northern Lights for the points, but look at Quizzy. Really nice approach, but he doesn't expect Moleman to be there. Maybe Moleman can still do something, maybe not. Quizzy taking the advantage that's in front of him, sprays into the smoke and hopes. Pixel on the other side though. There's still two players standing for this team. Moleman takes his opportunity and it goes to waste. Stellar is eliminated. We're down to two teams, down to one man on IG. He fights the best fight he can, but it's Northern Lights to claim the game.
NLT.
They're sitting in 8th place, and I think here they're going to be having it what it takes to take it into the top 8. I think they're all in for this, and it's going to be interesting looking at that. Also, of course, they've got Shexy, so he's used to shaking it a little bit. And this
You're
plane,
proud of that, aren't you?
No, not really.
Thank
but
you.
This plane could probably not have been worse than this. This is a very rough start from this. And we could see either a very interesting circle up to the north with Serving Estalba, or I think maybe we could have kind of a lot of water and melted power kind of endings. That could be very interesting, and that could be just what FaZe needs, because currently FaZe is sitting in 9th place with 60 points, just 1 point behind the 8th place, which is for us. 1 more point up to G2, and as this guy said on the desk, it could not be any closer. This leaderboard is absolutely insane. We have only 2 teams that are sure. It's 3D Max, it's Liquid. The rest of them, it's open all the way.
Yeah, we're going to keep tabs on any early fights, any changes. FaZe have committed towards the east again. Milta is back towards their position. Obviously, with that plane path, they might keep that in mind. So we're going to have to keep our eyes on where these people are going. Obviously, going out towards the west is going to take time. So it might take a little bit of time to see where exactly everyone's coming to, and the circle is the northern one.
It's a good northern one here. There's a little bit of water in there. Obviously, you can kind of ship both places, but we expect it to be one of the northern ones. This is going to be good for QuickMath. QuickMath has some good games. In the previous days, they had a good third place with some kills. They had fair amount of kills to begin with, but they struggled towards the end and currently sitting down at the bottom with 43 points. So they need to have a banger of a game if they want to make it into the top 8. Also, Nam here, they have been sharing this spot with 3D Max for some time. Yes, Naya, it's very easily shareable, but it looks like 3D Max are taking more and more space, locking down a lot more of this area and taking more control over the middle of Yasnaya. Usually shared kind of centrally. You take the southern 3 stacks of the apartments and the northern as well, and that way you can share it very nicely. But here,
I love Noki's weapon so far.
Yeah, it's a pistol. And an AK he managed to
He even got a shotgun in there too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that would
very
be
nice.
nice.
New meta.
You
He's just found it.
You want to see the shotguns buffed enough for shotguns to be in competitive play again?
No.
No, neither do I. But Einstein Games here, also in the bottom half of the leaderboards, 54 points. They could also, with an amazing game, come into the top. We're talking 15 points away from the 3rd place right now, even though these guys are on 13. So it's that close. And we're of course we're going to be following it all the way through. We're going to be bringing you a lot of action and a lot of insights here from the Kickoff Cup. First time we have the 32 teams, the 16 top teams from the contenders in Europe, and of course all the 16 teams from PEL itself. And here we have the real-time standings, as you can see.
We just won that up the whole time, really.
Oh yeah.
At this point, you're just going to keep looking at it. We know that 3D Max is safe. We know Team Liquid are safe.
Seagorg is probably not making it to the top.
Right.
Sorry.
So it's like, mathematically, it's almost impossible for them to do it.
TSM
QuickMath could, you know what I mean, the more extreme potential
Yeah.
that shouldn't happen, but mathematically could. But once you get to your TSM inside Stella,
we're talking
real
about
potential.
Yeah, we're talking for TSM they need to have the first game they did in PL, a 21 kill victory. That will get them 31 points, and of course they would be in there very nicely. Inside Games a little bit closer. Stella, look at this Stella. They're 10 points behind 4th place Jokers. Jokers, they have not had a top 3 finish yet. Their best game, 4th place, 8 kills. And they've had 6th place with 10, 10 with 10th place with 6 kills, and they've just been fragging out. 53 of their points out of the 68 come from kills alone. So they are completely committing to this meta, the kill meta, where about 70%, 65 to 70% of the points from the amount of points that you have will come from kills, and even more from them. But this is going to be very interesting. NLT, they have surprised me a lot. Northern Lights, and with them having 2 wins out of the last 4 games, it's just impressive. I mean, they played it extremely well, very clinical in the military game, the last military game, and them being able to do that is very impressive to me. QuickMath, they're going to be out here taking this Groza. Also, very conveniently, there's a suppressor for it, the only attachment that can go on that gun.
It's very nice of PUBG to do that. Now,
Yeah.
let's have a look at who's on the move early. We do have the early scouts now getting into their cars and they're heading off. We actually see a lot of the teams all kind of beginning rotating if they are an early rotation team. QuickMath already being challenged out by Ents. Ents do like to shift away down towards the west, and FaZe are on the move as well.
This is new. This is faster. This is earlier than we usually see. And they'll be having less loot than they are used to, but they want to go early, and they're rotating extremely close. And we have the two-seaters in the front, Frostfade's 8C for the rotation for the information as well. And with this early rotation, they're not used to kind of going in and rotating into other teams, so this could be something that is happening. They're going to be going quite close to an IP, actually rotating just close through them and past them, yeah?
I think Fuzzface might get a couple of shots potentially. I'm not sure if the NLP player wants to go for this on their own. The other NLP players are still over by the town in the east. So again, MBS probably could pop some shots if he gets an angle. Gonna do just that.
Oh!
And he actually gets a tag onto Uber pretty heavily too. FaZe so far not making it cleanly, but making it enough. They have gone past NIP, so that should be them safe enough.
Yeah.
I don't want to say completely safe, but they are now in the same pathway as your Ents coming in from that direction, your 3D Max sort of area, your Quick Math, all going northeast. Very big swing. We like those long phase rotations, though. We want to see some of that from them, as they're one of the teams very much within that top position who could push up there.
They're definitely one of the teams we're looking to have in there, but obviously it's a different phase that we saw from a year ago, but they're definitely one of the top teams here. But currently sitting in 9th after 11 games. We have one more to go. And they're definitely one of the teams that we expected to be in the top, considering that it's the bottom of the 16 PLC teams that are here. So we would expect the top 8 PL teams make it, of course, quite easier. But it's been very interesting, and I really like the group stages here. I really love to see how good and how impressive it's been to me from the contender teams. They've really been showing up both on an individual level. We've seen this from Rocco, we've seen it from Calvin Klein, but also from teams as a whole. 3D Max, Desperados, and they have been playing extremely well so far.
Yeah, this is the point. I think this cup has proven that there's a lot of talent throughout PUBG, and I think that's been the whole point of this. We are seeing all the teams condensing to the southern side of the kind of water that runs through it, towards the west of Yasnaya, kind of north of School, just around that marker. A lot of teams starting to cross each other's paths. Team Liquid you're seeing on the horizon there, going past Windstrike. Windstrike are over on the mountain for now. Team Liquid still heading further north, making a cross. It looks like Windstrike will be getting on their vehicles and moving up as well. TSM coming in on the southern side. And for now, all players alive, all teams alive.
Yeah. Windstrike, nobody on the Cube compound here. They have scouted that, so they're going to be confirming and continuing to that. G2 have pulled up here just southwest of Russia. Kuwait coming in. It looks like nobody's going to be getting that. That is far east. It's AWM, though. That's going to be missing out. But all the teams are west of it. So unless the circle shrinks far east, nobody's going to be able to pick up that sweet, sweet arm. Look at this. Aww. Just north of Yasnaya.
I'm sorry.
It's good. I like that. Sona coming in. And so far, the majority of the teams there are very centralized so far. We have Inside Games and Jokers on the outskirts, FaZe on the northern side. They're usually doing the usual phase rotation in these kinds of circles. Trifoli and another Ins member is up there in the north. Anime Lordbro is going to be finding Stitzy.
I actually really like Miraku's position here. If he can get some pressure building towards Hidrick pretty soon, that'd be great. And actually 3D Max could be in trouble in this one. This could kind of spur on everything. Stella did get knocked, or at least one of the Stella players did, so that revive should be coming in. That'll be okay. They can recover for now, and it's a nade swiftly followed, and then, you know, then it's anyone's game. Now let's keep looking across the board. This is a lot of posturing here. Vard?
He just jumped into the bike.
Flew in. Vard just took flight, and it's going to condense very central here. Very, very central. So I'm curious where it's going to eventually go. Vard's pulled up on this. Does he know that there was another 3D Max? Do they know?
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Phantom's gonna.
No, they don't know.
No, they have no idea.
They have no idea.
Miraku's gone to the drive-through, and just the takeout's gonna take him out here. Phantom finds Miraku. Where is Vard to trade this? Too little, too late. Phantom now has no idea where the next bit of pressure is coming from. Vard knows exactly where he is. On the corner, Vard finds him.
Oh,
the
nice nade as well.
Would have actually probably caught him off as well, but NIP losing out on that.
That's very unfortunate. NIP losing one member that early. They're currently sitting in the third place from this, but getting that 1 point is going to put them at 70. Now Windstrike have pulled up here, and this is, again, this is a very interesting circle. It can shift both ways, but the vast majority of the teams, they thought it was going to go north. So they're already sitting up there. We only have 4 or 5 teams, it looks like, very committed to the south. 6 teams, actually, with Jokers coming in on the south as well. But now, Inside Games, though, pulling up on Windstrike. Are they going to be committing on taking some shots? Nope. They're going to be rotating it away as well. The
scary fact is that Team Liquid are the next team there, though. If Team Liquid hang around, they're going to probably get the shots on the cross towards IG. That could be the next fight coming in, but they might continue going. It might be that constant push around, trying to find your way. And on these circles, we saw so many teams before struggling because they just hit that brick wall of, I can't find anywhere to come in safely. So we'll see if that does become a factor in the northwest. Beyond that, all the teams pulling in closer. FaZe 2-2ing it up. 2 northeast, 2 to the south with a little bit of a lake out towards the northwest of Yasnaya. School still has the Jokers, who don't seem to play for position. They play for kills, so they can do what they want.
Yeah, I like this kind of just rolling with the punches, how Jokers are playing and how they've been playing so far, and proving that this meta is actually working. Obviously, it's very close. So if we had more teams, if the points were more top heavy, they would have been in the mid pack like everybody else. But from this, they're sitting very comfortably. Inside Games, they are breaching onto Team Liquid. Gemty's going to be taking down one. He's going to be taken down himself, though, by Pixel. And he's going to be flushed from this. Beats is going to try to flush out. He's going to be taking down 1. And now Inside Games, they are down 2 players.
Yeah, Ibby needs to get back in. He tried to save his teammate, I guess, or just maybe trying to work off the back of the swiftness that came out. So Nick's going to put down the smoke, try and bide a couple of seconds. But where is the rest of Liquid here? They're not that close. James is trying to pull back up, but Ibby might be dead to rights now. Nade goes out, but this could be problematic.
Oh.
Very close by the door. Ibby turns on the dime. 17 bullets in the clip, but he gets caught by Cynics. That's another big one for Inside Games. This is a big scalp to claim too, but losing out on potentially 2 players could be massive.
Oh.
But look who's turned up. Samty is here. James is here, and Samty says hello. Doesn't knock down the door, knocks down the 2 players instead, and James avenges his fallen teammates. Liquid look absolutely furious as what's to happen, as now they've done the hit and run. The last player left for IG isn't that close by. He's on the little ridge to the south of that kind of compound, just watching this all go through.
Yeah. Strelovat, she's going to be going away from this. Inside Games, they are looking to not be qualifying from this. G2, they have taken their apartments here just east of the school. Liquid is down to 2 members. Does not matter. They are up to more than 100 points now. 101 points. Very, very secure in from this. NIP, 70 points. Still so close in the middle. No teams going out so far, but Inside Games are looking to be going out of this game early, depending on what Astrolats will be doing here. We're going to see the circle close, and that's going to determine where it's going to go. It's going to go to the northern side. A lot of the teams already confirmed and did that. The reason why we're saying northern side again is because we're playing the super settings, the unified settings globally. And that means the zone is going to swing away from water. Waka with some shots onto Cirque and Nam. This is smoking a little bit, that car, so definitely be blowing up from that. More shots are coming in here. Nuki also trying to get a scout on that. Cirque and Nam, very nice rotation, very nice pull up in the central of the zone here.
Very good for them. They're currently sitting within the top 8, so they want to confirm that. They want to stay alive as late as they can. Kills aren't imperative right now. Back and kick in later. It's just not being one of the early teams out. You want to avoid that at all costs. But they have got a lot of attention. 3D Max certainly looking their way. Ents finding Quick Maths. Ents were to the north of these guys. Mikas is out on his own, and so is Squeaky to a degree. They're looking a little further away as Quick Maths trying to work in from the northwest here. There's going to be a lot of battles about to happen. FaZe are going to see the TSM going past on the long eastern swing. G2 taking the same route. And Jorski caught out in the middle of the open. Jorski's done for. Samty's found him. It's who claims the kill more than anything. Jorski wiggles away. I think Samty's the only one with the angle from afar and still laying into it towards Quick Math. But I don't see them maybe finding this one with a bit of luck. But they're going to have to keep their fingers crossed to get it.
And look how he shoots here. He's shooting. There's a smoke.
Look at TSM and FaZe holding. They're still rotating around each other. I don't think there's much available for 2 teams up in this northern side right now.
Well, it definitely depends what they commit to right now. FaZe is looking to be committing in the same area that TSM is. TSM, 2 of the members have pulled up in this compound we see here in the lower left here. And look at Rust and Ma. They're shooting just left of the tree. So if there's anyone trying to rest here, just trying to shoot through the smoke just left of the tree. So they're just following the line down. That's very clever. FaZe and HC have pulled up on the small shack here just southwest of that. Mexi Uber, they're going to be staying on the northern side, maybe to pick up some kills or just missing out on the rotation. Uber has found that AWM we were talking about before. Joker's meanwhile on the rotation on the northwestern side, taking some shots here from Liquid. They have taken the Crossroads compound. Shots are coming at him. That's not going to happen much. Uber with some shots here onto G2. Breaks go down to half HP.
Oh, Udyr could be in trouble. Gonna try and drill the aim in. It's Kane who goes down. Udyr gets away with it. Gonna confirm attention with you. Oh, 3 bullets. Please get the shot. There we go. Uber gets it on towards Kane. That's points in the bag. That's what you need here for FaZe Clan. As much as the knocks are good, you want those points building up. And there's more teams going towards the north. Moon's not far from this either. Moon's going towards Muxy too. This could be a big pickup of points here. Moon is just looking for somewhere to find, to take a second to heal potentially, but he's just going to have to keep blasting past now. Uber again catching another on the rotation. He needs to confirm this one too. This is brilliant for FaZe Clan. Hey, look, if it's points on the board and a place in the finals, use the on for it. I don't care.
Doesn't matter. He does have, if that's a bullet per point or 2 bullets per 1 point, that'll be more than enough for them. And that's worth it, definitely. I just love it. He just commits fully to it. Next circle is, of course, going to shrink away from water. We know this is phase 4. So the 950 meter wide circle, it's going to be centralizing up very nice. It just twisted this lake. Shuktan Nam looking very good. Ens is looking very good. Quickmath has a very nice 2-2, also very greedy 2-2 split. Ens were putting a lot of pressure onto them earlier. Dead Central is a crate coming in. Samty and Liquid, they have so far 4 kills, and it's going to be the 5th for them with the Yamash being flushed out.
Right now, FaZe have done enough, quote-unquote, to push themselves in the top 8, right? But that's without everyone else joining in yet. So these guys are fighting tooth and nail for this. Keep your eyes on the real-time standings. It's important. Now, bear in mind, the finishing points will matter as well. So this could all shift up. If one team gets completely wiped out, all that capability of the long run goes away from them.
For us is one of them. They're sitting in 10th right now, but they have 61 points. They're rotating very close to an IP. They're also sitting there, and TSM is waiting for it. Let's see what's going to happen with that. Nuki also taking some shots at G2. They're also close to everything.
And James is making it very unlikely that Quick Math can do anything about this. They already suffered. Somehow Chris is still alive, even with that explosion nearby. For us is suffering. That's the NIP pinch we were looking at. This could be TSM third-partying it. I wish we could get down and see that one on the west side of Yasnaya. They're all kicking off, and G2 going down opens up space. Suddenly that top 8 is looking a little bit more dangerous. Look at For Us, look at NIP. Let's head over towards them, please, so we can see what's going on as they're in this big battle here, as they're desperately going to try and work their way in. Rory's still holding the line, but they've got a bit of a time limit on their hands. And here comes the fight. Wookie from TSM just got found as well by Fuzzface.
Yeah, Fuzzface with the finish as well. Michael found Uber and finished that off as well. That is on the northern side here. They pulled up very close to each other, and they're going to be fighting for this. TSM is further out than FaZe Clan is.
And Joker's going down again, keeps that top 8 looking dangerous. People can now move up without halting of players within that position. It means that they can no longer gather points of teams outside. Gaxi goes down. Big replies coming in now. NIP not looking so hot. I thought they had a bit of control on this, but it looks like For Us have broken ways through, but now they're getting attention from elsewhere. That's 3D Max. They're the men who just want to be the danger men. They just want to be a nuisance to everyone. They are in no trouble. They are through. They are sorted, but they can just destroy hopes and dreams. Here comes a pull-up from For Us. They're going towards Rory. They're going towards the others, and there goes another one. Lars has gone down. That's going to be going towards TSM if they can claim the kill, which I feel as though they can do at this point.
Yeah, here Rory also is going to be finding Shaxi. Nades are going to be coming out. That is 2 points. TSM need to have a massive game if they want to make it into the top 8. Nades coming out here. Shaxi has been found. Shaxi actually found Roy. He returned that, and now TSM have to turn around to try to get Roy.
Blue's coming in.
Roy's outside the zone. He's probably going to die to this. Finish with the nade, maybe even, but NIP here, meanwhile, is trying to make it in.
It's done. For Us have gone down. Now look at this. We have For Us down in 9th place currently. G2 are down. Jokers are down. The top 8 is up for grabs. Ice towards Windstrike, Ents, Stella. All these teams can jump up here. FaZe need to hold on as well. They need to keep pushing further forward. This is good from them. Good positioning. NIP under pressure. Vard on the run, trying to get away from 3D Max. Oh, bye-bye. Vard flips over. Noki gets that one. And that is a beautiful, beautiful pickup.
Nice play here. Nice rotations, though, from NIP. I thought they were going to be rotating over in the north. Michael's going to find Page, though. Siktanam is sitting inside the zone. Roy's going to go down to the zone we talked about before. He was knocked. They were taking a fight outside the zone while he was moving in, so they're going to lose that player. Now the zone is going to be closing very soon. It's going to be detrimental going forward. Where it goes so super far southwest. It's going to be rough for FaZe Clan. It's going to be rough for TSM. It's going to be rough for Stella as well. Now the fights are going to be coming in.
Margo still applying good amounts of damage throughout the map, but we are seeing NIP making mad dashes for it. They're up in 3rd place right now. They're looking pretty safe to a degree. I don't want to say super safe, but safe enough. Uh-oh, this is problematic though. Ends towards FaZe. Fuzzface has gone down completely. That's not even just a knock. That's a big old kill. 80's just made a mad dash for the center. Hux has gone down towards TSM's. I guess whoever's still standing from them, because they were in a pressure situation. Zuktanam's taking a bit of a pounding from Gustav, and we've seen AT make it in now. He's going to just try and hold position, stay alive as long as he can. James is holding back Windstrike, apparently, just by himself. There is other players, though. This is Ents making a battle for themselves. They're up in 10th. They're jumping places as we speak. 61 points. They need a couple more kills, and they're going to jump right up there. That's where you'll be seeing. Teme goes down. Is there more points coming in towards them? Yes, that'll be up to, I think, 63. That could potentially tie them up with For Us and G2 now.
FaZe need one more point to jump ahead of both For Us and G2 Esports to jump into that 7th place, because they have a massive amount of kills, so they're going to be tying that up. Or they need one more point from the placement, so they need to survive if they want to keep in the top 8 here. Liquid is making it hard for Ents. Meanwhile, Mikas is going to be going into that shack. We have still 3 members of Ents inside here, but that shack where Mikas went to is not inside. Inside Games, though, has found Michael. That's going to be making it very hard for TSM to make that into the top 8.
Numb. Holding on as best they can. 64 points is where they sit currently. Still with 3 players alive. Page might be lost at this point. We'll see. Team Liquid still just wants to keep everyone on their toes. Samti's found Mikas. That's a confirmation. Trifeli has got a confirmation. This is good. This is really good for Ents. That's 7th for them. That's the jump up that they needed. That puts them within this top 8 now.
Very, very interesting going forward here. We still have a few teams alive. 10 teams. It's the top 8 that makes points. And now Suikdan getting smashed here by Woogie with the headshot from the M24, sorry. And Quizzy here from NLT. They've been making a run for themselves. Currently sitting in 5th place, 69 points. And looks to be confirming himself in the top 8 here. 3D Max still had 2 members outside the zone. Oh, this is going to be rough for TSM.
Yeah, Wookie's getting tagged up now as well. Zuxinam's ahead of him. The blue ticking away. It looks like this might be all but over for TSM. Currently down in 14th place. And Wookie goes down. TSM's hopes are looking a little worse for wear. Was that the jump up?
FaZe Clan now got 1 more point. This is going to jump them into the top 8. And
Aitzy's still alive here.
Aitzy's still sitting in the middle, and he's basically gotten them this 1 point they needed from the top 8. So 8 teams alive, 20 players total. It's going to give 1 point guaranteed to all teams alive right now. So this, we basically, I think, will have the confirmation that our top 8 is going to be... Yeah, because we have no more teams alive. But look how close it is, though. 63 points from G2, 63 points from FOS, 61 points from Winstrike. This is looking to be very interesting, though. This is going to be the top 4 teams. They're further trying to confirm, trying to keep the momentum going into tomorrow, because that's where our grand finals will be starting. Liquid at 8 kills, only 2 members alive, but they're making so big plays, playing so wide and so aggressively still.
There's fearless play coming out, and if you look at MVP, Aitzy staying alive has pretty much done that. Sometimes it's not all about the frags, it can be about that positioning. And he took that mad dash in, he just took the car and got in central, and it's worked for them. Now this just becomes, let's show off, let's get those frags on the board, and let's look good in this.
Yeah, quick map. Seagull's still alive for this. They could spoil a little bit, but they're not going to be qualifying themselves. Lento's going to be taking out Zamti, completely smashing him with that grasser. You only have 12 bullets left, though, so he's only going to be able to take 1 more fight unless he's going to be able to loot here. Noki is going to be taken down by NBS. Teams some more shots onto quick map. And this is so many fights are happening on each side right now.
We're tied up on 63s, aren't we?
Yeah, but FaZe Clan has more kills.
More kills?
That's
okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. As long as they're good. I just want to make sure before I get too excited. That is the case. And we're going to see Squeaky get the first couple of shots. He goes down, but the trade is there. 3D Max go out, but what a display they've already put on. Incredible tournament from those guys, sitting very much up towards the top. And even in death, they still find points. Jeems is looking to avenge the fallen teammates, but Silencio's got some more bullets. He's got a very big gun. Jeems is on the receiving end. Liquid go down in 2nd place. But again, 3D Max and Liquid just showed us who is boss this time.
Yeah, definitely. Seagull also making their way into the the western side now. They've moved. Quick map still 2 players alive. NLT now taking some shots at Misse. He's going to be going down to Huge founding perfect. So they're going to be going down in 6th place. Also confirming NLT, as you see here in our real-time standings, on a 4th place. So basically 1, 2, and 3 teams from the contenders are going to be making it in to the grand finals here. And Lenzo is going to be taken down by Balos from Seagull.
Yeah, Seagull making it late game this time. This is probably one of the best performances yet. Positioning-wise, if they can keep up like this, not bad for them. Maybe just going to try and put on a good display, that kind of go down in a hail of bullets sort of deal. Top 5 teams now. We saw those points pushing up every time one falls for those in the top positions. We are down to 80. MBS, Rustamar, Trifeli. We have Seagull with 3, and Quick Maths with only 1 player up. So a couple of snakes out here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. 2 Yuhu, 1 snake, NBS, 1 snake, 80, 1 snake. So 5 teams alive with only 8 players is very unusual. So Seagull is obviously going to be one of the teams playing aggressively, shooting at everybody, kind of trying to pick up some of this. They have nothing to lose at this point, so they might as well just do what they can to prove themselves and shoot at everyone right now. Rust and Ma, very unusual we see this player with just 1 kill. Let's see what happens here. Shots are coming in. Yugo.
Feels like, I don't want to say a lost cause, but a tough one to say the least. Might have to look for another way out of this because, uh-oh, Aitzy might have finally got some attention. That nade is not bad. Aitzy, the hero of FaZe Clan. Oh god, the Molotov. No, don't die like this. Aitzy, no, not like this, but he's done enough, I'm pretty sure, for FaZe Clan at this point.
2
He
points.
just got enough points here. That's a little close, isn't it? And they don't know this yet either.
No,
I'm
they
pretty
don't
sure.
know. They're probably trying to calculate, trying to see what's going to happen there, but they're definitely saying, good job, this is nice getting fifth place. G2 is going to be missing out. They don't know either yet, but they're just going to be in 9th place. Very unfortunate for them. G2 had a decent run. We saw it's Chris on day 1 basically carrying them. A few good placements. G2 had a win. They had a 2nd place and a 3rd place. FaZe Clan's best game was a 3rd with 7 kills. And they've just been fragging out besides that, just like Joker's has. So it's a different kind of pace we've seen from FaZe Clan, and I hope we're going to see continuation from this because they are insane players mechanically. NPS just chilling here. 3 kills so far. Have basically secured NIP a 3rd place in the group stage. Trifley, Rustin Ma here taking a center position. This is looking good for them. All the Seagog guys there in a range here.
MBS doesn't really want much of this. He has to join in, though. There's a chance in that smoke. How is the bullets not hitting? It felt so close. And
we took him.
MBS will get it, actually. Good points in the pocket there for him.
Oh, shots are coming in from Barlas on the side. Barlas going to be finding Rustin Ma, though. The nice M4 3x spray. Oh, rotations are coming in as well. They're going to be taking an aggressive stance in this zone here. Down to 3 teams. And soon to be only 5 players alive. Seagog could be taking this win here in the end in their all or nothing game where it didn't really matter. Ooh, nice nade. Trifley down to nothing. 10 HP.
Uh-oh.
NBS. Oh, he's got to find him. And now it's a 1v3 in the end for NIP.
Yeah. MBS, I've seen you win these.
Yeah, definitely.
It's that lie you tell on Discord every time. MBS, what can you do here? 5 smokes, a hope and a prayer, and Seacorg looking to impress. The last hurrah for them. They'd suffered, they'd struggled throughout this. I think the spots come out, and MBS, it's all but... Oh, he's taken one with him. A valiant attempt, but...